everybody. Welcome to Tosha. My name's Jenny and we'll be doing an intermediate flow today. So take a moment to set yourself up with whatever props you might need, such as blankets or blocks. You might like to have a strap as well, or something that resembles a strap like a scarf or even a sock. And lastly, if you want to have some quiet music in the background, you can set that up for yourself as well at home. So once you are ready, go ahead and find your seat and we'll get centered. Closing the eyes and moving towards the breath. Start by inhaling through your nose and then let the breath fall out through the mouth. Start to drop into that inner peace, inner calm space within your own body, simply by tuning into the sound of your own breath. Watch each inhale and exhale. And begin by connecting to the belly area, noticing that expansion there. And softening as well. And then start to bring the breath up towards the solar plexus, the base of your rib cage. And lastly, bring the breath all the way upwards towards the heart so that you're finding a 3-part breath here. Allow your exhales to be the same duration as your inhales, really inviting yourself to slow everything down and move into a natural rhythm in the breath. As your attention moves inwards, let the outside external world go. Allow yourself to rest here, again, in that peaceful, calming breath, while stress and anxiety and challenge dissipate. Find some solace and refuge within your own body here. Allow this time to be a time where you can practice self-care and whatever that means for you today. So start to find a way towards your intention for the practice today. Noticing what both mind, body, and spirit need while you're on your mat. Grow the spine long. Anchor the sit bones down towards the earth. Let the heart lift. Relax the shoulders. And take a few more deep breaths, starting to find Ujjayi Pranayama, ocean breath. When you're ready to move, take a big breath and lift the arms up. Extend your fingers to the sky. Bring the hands together to touch, and then take the hands to the heart in a prayer position, Anjali Mudra. One more time, inhale, lift up, extend to the sky. Bring the hands together, and exhale, take them down to the heart, pressing the thumbs to heart center. Again, you're welcome to set an intention for the practice right now. And when you're ready, you can let your eyes softly open. So let's start by moving into the shoulders, interlace the fingers together, and press the hands up to the sky. Start to draw the arms back. And you can move your chin down towards your chest and begin to feel into the back of the neck here. Keep the spine long and smooth. Press the sit bones downwards as you rise. And find strength in the abdominal wall. Hold for 3 to 4 more breaths, please. And notice where you're feeling sensation in the body. And as you stay connected to the feelings in the body and your own breathing, again, let the mind remain calm. Start to lean to your right. Keep your left sit bone anchored and look up underneath your left arm. Fire up the oblique muscles on the left side here. And inhale, rise back up to center. Exhale, lean to your left. Just a little bit. Open through the right side of the body. Keep pressing out through the hands. And take 2 more breaths. Inhale to lift. Now as you release your hands, take the elbows down to the height of the shoulders, bending the elbows. We're keeping the shoulders nice and strong here. Spread the fingers out. Start to twist left to right. Feeling into the upper back. Notice how it's beginning to open up here as you press the elbows through the air. And then bring your breath into this movement. So on every twist here, at the end of the twist, you're pumping the air out with the abs. So a really powerful out breath. This is a Kundalini warm-up here. Take about 20 more breaths. And keep your elbows lifted, if you can, to the height of the shoulders. Just about 5 more here. And then start to slow it down. Arms can begin to drop. Let your fingers land on the mat. Close the eyes, drop the shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Extend your right hand over and reach. Open along the side body here. Left hand can slide out. You can turn the heart open if you'd like. You could let your ear drop towards your shoulder and take your right hand and press out to the right. Whatever feels good. Give yourself a couple more breaths. And then start to twist to your left and bring your fingers down. Pushing down with the fingertips. Turn here. Drop the shoulders down the back. Feel into your upper back. Start to walk your hands all the way around to the right, please. And we'll twist first. Again, fingers press down, shoulders move back. And keep your left hip pressing down towards your mat as well. All right, and then with your right hand off to the side, start to reach the left arm over. Turning your left palm down, extend through the fingertips, press the left sit bone down, and then either open up the heart and look up under your arm, or let your head hang and take the left hand to the other side. That's a nice neck release. Do what feels good. Last couple breaths. From here, rise up to sit, please. All right, so let's take a moment to release the legs. You can shake your legs out. And then hands underneath the shoulders, fingers facing the heels. Bend your knees and rise up into reverse tabletop. So your knees are right over your ankles, more or less. Legs parallel to one another, hip width apart. Press your hips up, let the head drop back. And if it feels good, rock forwards and backwards for a moment. Feel the low back releasing here as you lift upwards. Find strength in your glutes and in your quads. Whole back body here is working hard. And then slowly make your way back down. And let's go ahead and take the soles of the feet together and let the knees open. Press your knees down towards your mat with your elbows. Feeling into the hips here. Pull the shoulders back, reach the heart forward, and bow down until you found your edge. Take 3 more breaths. Close your eyes. And slow your breath down. Start to rise back up. And again, lift the knees up and shake your legs out. Let's shift onto the hands and knees now. Coming into a high-hipped prayer. Knees close together, hips up high. Drop your forehead down and then walk the fingers to the top of the mat. Just clawing at the mat as though you could fit cupcakes underneath the palms of the hands. Feel the extension of the spine here as the hips lift up high. Feel into the heart as it's melting downwards, and also into the pectoral muscles, the shoulders. Take 2 more breaths, just inviting yourself to let go a little bit. Become aware of your intention once more. And if there's anything you'd like to add to that intention at this point. Slowly rise up onto your hands and your knees, transitioning into tabletop. Spread your fingers out. Your hands should look like stars here. Creases of the wrists parallel to the top of the mat, and then the knees hip-width apart. Inhale and open up the heart. Look up towards the sky. Exhale and round your back and pull the belly up and in, bringing the chin as close to the heart as you can. Inhale, big circle with the shoulders. Lift your tailbone, lift your gaze. Exhale, round and squeeze. Work the abs there. 1 or 2 more. Move on the breath. See if you're able to open up just a little more. Take a little more air in, and then exhale and use the power and strength of the abdominals to squeeze the breath out of the body. Let's do 1 more. And as you finish that breath, come back to your neutral spine and step your hands out a little wider. Let's make some circles with the heart here, feeling into your upper back. So getting into the whole body here. Find a movement that feels good and take those circles in both directions. You can really drop your heart and your chin and your throat way down and open up that area in between your shoulder blades. 2 more breaths, 2 more circles. And then recenter yourself. Let's take the hands back under the shoulders. Tuck your toes under, take a big breath, and rise up into your first downward dog. From here, just open the shoulders away from the ears. Apply pressure with the knuckles. Glue them down. Pull your hips back. Draw the belly to the spine. And press one heel down into the floor while the other knee bends, if you can. Just feel into the back of that leg. Stay with the sensation, the physical sensation, and your breath. Switch to the other leg. Bending the opposite knee, straightening the opposite one out. Press your heel down. Relax the neck.
Let's start to quicken that pace there. Bending one knee at a time and shifting the hips from side to side. Two more breaths in downward dog. Feel the hips really reaching back here, the spine getting longer. And then rise up onto the tiptoes and bend your knees deeply. Coming into crouching cat for 5 breaths. Fire up your shoulders here. Keep your tailbone lifted, heels lifted. 2 more breaths. And at the end of the next exhale, you can step to the top of your mat. Walk forward. Take your feet hip-width apart and then lengthen out the spine. So we lift up halfway here, pressing the hands against the shins. Reach the crown of the head out and slowly forward fold. First forward fold here. Feel free to bend the knees if the backs of the legs are feeling pretty tight. Drop the crown of the head down. Gently pull on the ankles or the calves. And take 3 more breaths here. Just noticing the sensations that are arising. The sense of letting go and surrendering here as you drop in. And from your forward fold, come into chair. Turn the toes into touch. Bend your knees, draw them together. And as you sit down, reach your fingers to the sky. Make sure that you can see your toes. Your knees aren't coming too far forward. Sink the hips back. Take 3 more breaths. And you can take your gaze wherever it's most comfortable for the neck. You're welcome to bring the hands together as well. And draw your arms back by your ears to work the shoulders a little more. Keep the abs firmly engaged. 1 more inhale. And then exhale back into a forward fold. Inhale back into chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold. And 1 more time, rise into Utkatasana. And exhale, fold. Take the feet back to hip-width distance. Bring your hands behind you and interlace the fingers, or take that strap in between the hands. Start to reach the arms overhead. Really surrendering in here and releasing some control, if you can, in the upper body. Shake your head yes and no, reminding yourself to relax there. 2 more breaths. Feel your whole body beginning to wake up, even here. And then bring the arms back around, bringing the fingertips under the shoulders, and step your right foot to the end of your mat. Left knee over the ankle. Pull the shoulders away from the ears and reach the heart out. Take a couple breaths, feeling the muscles in your left leg growing stronger. And keep the right leg also engaged, your knees lifting away from the floor. 2 more breaths. Try not to have too much weight on the thigh. Your chest is just lightly resting there. Now begin to straighten your left leg out. So you might want blocks underneath the hands here if it's hard to touch the mat, and let your legs straighten all the way. Take about 3 or 4 more breaths here, lengthening out your spine. And if your leg is feeling open and you haven't reached your edge, draw your chest down over the left leg, folding and deepening. 1 more. Begin to bend the left knee again. Take your knee right over your ankle and then sink the right knee down. Untuck your toes and reach your arms up. Coming into a low crescent lunge, fingers to the sky. Take the hands together and then exhale and bring your hands down to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach to the sky. Maybe open up a little bit more. Exhale, take the hands back down. Bring the hands under the shoulders, lift the right knee up and step your left foot back, coming into plank here. Take 3 breaths, grip the mat with the fingertips, pull the belly in towards the spine, puff up the space in between the shoulders, and lengthen the tailbone down. One more inhale. And then lower down with control, Chaturanga, keeping the elbows close to your ribs. Take the heart, throat, and chin down, then your belly and your thighs. Press the belly and the thighs down as well as the tops of the feet. Lift into cobra as you inhale. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, low cobra. Just look down at the mat there. Exhale, slowly roll down. One more time, inhale, rise. Maybe go a little higher, putting some pressure there with the hands onto your mat to lift the belly off the mat, if that feels comfortable for your low back. Exhale, slowly roll back down. Tuck the toes back under and return to plank. Squeeze here in your abdominals, and then draw yourself back into downward dog as you're ready. Take a resting breath there. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale up high into the toes again. Exhale, bend the knees, crouching cat once more. Fire up your shoulders, keep them open away from the ears. Pull the belly in tightly. 2 more breaths. Look to the top of the mat. And at the end of the exhale, again, step, walk, or hop forward. Feet hip-width apart. Inhale, flat, smooth spine. Exhale, deep forward fold. Do the shoulder release one more time. Bring the hands around. Interlace the fingers or grab your strap. Change the cross of the fingers if the hands are joining. Arms overhead. Breathe. Invite yourself to bend the knees again if your hamstrings are still feeling tight. 2 more breaths. And bring the arms back around, please. So we'll take the left foot now to the end of the mat. Step back and find yourself in that lunge again. This time with your right knee directly over your ankle. Squeeze the muscles in the legs. Pull the belly in towards the spine. Press the outer corners of the feet down, outer edge of your big toe, pinky toe, and your heel. And then draw the shoulders back. So you can even feel a little openness in the chest here. 3 more breaths. One more. And then as you exhale, straighten out your right leg. Keep the spine long and smooth. Abs still engaged. You can keep the left heel off the mat. We'll just have this wide spacing between the feet, a long pyramid pose. If you feel like you can go a little deeper and keep your legs straight as well as your back, you can drop your chest closer to the thigh. Also feel free to walk the fingertips forward. Let's take 3 more breaths. And notice any difference between your legs here. And begin to bend your right knee again. Start to drop the left knee down. Untuck your left toes. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Hands together and exhale, draw them to the heart. Maybe sink a little closer to the mat as well. Inhale, reach upwards. Exhale, hands down to the heart. Inhale, extend to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. Bring your hands back down. Lift the left knee off the mat. Step into plank as you inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Either rise into cobra as we did a moment ago or come into upward dog. See if you can lift the thighs as well as the knees. You want to keep the lower half of the body strong so you're not sagging here, but you're engaging the legs and the glutes as well as the shoulders while the heart opens. Tuck the toes back under and keep the abs engaged as you press back up into downward dog again. Inhale up high onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, and step up to the hands. Feet hip-width apart. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, rise up to stand, arms up. Hands together. And exhale to the heart. Take a big breath here. And just notice how you feel and how the practice might be affecting your body, mind, and spirit. Inhale and reach up. Exhale, return to a deep forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, back into plank. Lower down with control, nice and slowly, Chaturanga. Keep the elbows close to the ribs. Inhale into either cobra or upward dog. And exhale, tuck the toes back under, press into downward dog. Inhale, extend your right leg to the sky. Exhale, take your foot in between your hands. Start to rise up into warrior one. Turn your left toes out at a 45-degree angle. Rise to stand, reach to the sky. Right knee over the ankle here. And as you align your hips and press down with the outer edge of the left foot, you can also start to reach forward if you want to work a little harder. So as you reach out, your chest gets a little closer to your thigh. Feel the strength in the shoulders here as you keep pulling your arms up by your ears. Pull the belly in as well. 3 more breaths. Last one. And then rise back up to stand. Turn the left toes forward, bringing yourself into a high crescent lunge. Bring the hands together to touch, and then take the left elbow up and over into the outside of your knee. Palms pressed together. Right hand is pushing down into the left here. Keep the back leg strong. If you're working on binding today, separate your arms. So it's a little early for this, but if you want to play with binding by reaching your right hand around your waist, you can take your left hand underneath from the outside and try and bring the hands together. Hold for 4 more breaths, aiming to grow out through the crown of the head and keep pressing back through the heel as well, your left heel. Last 2. And then unwind. Take your hands to the inside of your right foot and walk the right foot to the edge of the mat, turning the toes out slightly. Your left knee can come down to rest, and you'll find yourself in lizard here, opening up the right hip. Either stay on your hands or come onto a blocks or a pillow or all the way down onto your forearms onto the mat. And then close the eyes and just visualize the breath moving to the right hip, inviting those muscles to soften and relax. You can stay there, or you can reach around with your right hand and place your right hand either on your low back. You can grab the left foot and take a twist here, pulling the heart open. 3 more breaths in lizard. And then we'll start to unwind. Walk your right foot back towards the center of the mat. Take your right hand outside and then straighten out your right leg. We're going to lift the toes up, flex your foot. Start to draw your chest down towards your thigh. Again, you could have blocks underneath your hands. Bow down here and release through the hamstring. If you'd like, you can walk the fingertips forward again. Find ways of staying with your edge and even bringing some creativity into the pose. Listening to the needs of your body from breath to breath. Let's take 2 more here in this fold. And then we're going to come into Stargazer. you're going to place your right foot down and turn on the left knee. Your left hand will come behind your knee, about a foot behind it, right under the shoulder. You can either reach straight up or you can reach back and move more towards a back bend. Make a big circle with the right arm reaching all the way around the room. And then come back towards the top of the mat, turning on your knee and on your right foot again. Tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee, find yourself back in your lunge, and then stretch the right leg all the way through and bend your knee and open your hip. Pull the right hip back over the left. Shoulders strong and squared. And then return to downward dog. And let's flow again. Inhale, back into plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or upward dog. And exhale, back into downward dog. Take a breath in between sides and make all of your downward dog adjustments. And from there, inhale and extend the left foot up and back. Exhale, take your foot to the top of your mat in between your hands. Warrior one to rise. Ground down through the outer edge of your right foot. Extend the fingers to the sky. Left knee right over the ankle and align the hips. Pull the belly in tightly and then start to hinge at the hips, reaching towards the upper corner of your room. Pull the arms up by the shoulders. Stay strong in the upper body and hold for about 4 more breaths. Your gaze can be down to keep the neck in line with the spine. Last 2. Inhale, keep the arms strong. Exhale. Inhale up to stand. Turn the right toes forward, and then you're in a high crescent lunge here. Take the hands together, and we'll bring the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Start to turn. I'm going to turn myself around. So you're hooking your elbow on the outside of the knee, and then applying pressure with the left hand into the right. Keep your right leg strong as well. Reach through the crown of the head. See where your gaze goes. Spread the toes out. And if you'd like, work on binding, separating the arms first, and then possibly bending the elbows and bringing the hands together. Wring the spine out here. 4 more breaths. Reach through the crown of the head. Two more breaths. And unwind. Set your fingers down under your shoulders. Straighten out the left leg. That should feel good. Reach through the crown of your head. Feel the space growing in between the vertebrae. And breathe. Take a couple more resting breaths. Right, bring that right knee down, and then start to straighten out your left leg. Pull the hips back and fold over your thigh. Feel the length in the spine here. Walk your fingertips forward. And take 2 more breaths, releasing the hamstring. And then let's come into Stargazer. Turn on your right knee. Your right hand will come back around and then open up the heart. So make sure you're applying pressure with the left foot. You can make a big circle with the left arm if you'd like, reaching all the way around the room. Open up, back bend, do what feels good. And then make your way back around towards the top of your mat.
And we'll come into lizard now since I forgot it. Take both hands to the inside of your left foot. Walk the left foot towards the edge of the mat, turning the toes out slightly. And then start to sink in here, possibly dropping onto blocks or all the way down onto the forearms. Imitate whatever you did on the first side, repeating, possibly taking your left hand to your low back, or you can bend your right knee and grab the top of your foot. Let the heart open there. And if you're moving into that twist, try not to collapse your chest down towards the mat. You're lifting up and away from the floor. 2 more breaths. Notice the quality of the left hip this morning. And then we'll start to make our way back out. Walk your left foot back in and take your hand outside. Lift the right knee up, hands under the shoulders. Swing the left leg through. Bend your knee and open your hip up. Return to downward dog. Realign yourself. Find the breath and inhale back into plank. Exhale, slowly lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale up high onto your tiptoes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, and step to the hands. As you inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Arms up, hands together. And exhale to the heart. Take a breath, recenter yourself. And inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Let the heart lead you down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, planks. If you'd like to skip the vinyasa, if you need a rest, pull back into downward dog from here. Otherwise, Chaturanga, cobra or up dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward dog. Settle your heels down towards the earth. Open the shoulders away from the ears. Let's move into a twist for a moment. Take your right hand to your left ankle. If you want, you can shorten the space in between your hands and your feet so that you can grab more easily. Pull and turn. Keep pulling the left hip back here as your chest turns to the left. 3 more breaths. One more. And then take the right hand back to the top of your mat and slowly reach the left hand through. And pull. Look up underneath the right arm. The more you turn your chest, the more you'll open up in between the shoulder blades. 2 more inhales and exhales. And release. Take the left hand back to the top of the mat. When you're ready, lift your right leg. Exhale, take your foot to the top of the mat in between the hands again. Let's come up into Warrior 2. So you can pivot on your left foot so it's parallel to the end of the mat. Windmill the arms up and over as you rise to stand. And extend through the fingers, relaxing the shoulders. On an inhale, straighten out the right leg, hands up, palms together. Exhale, bend the knee as the hands come back to the heart. Inhale, reach up, straighten the right leg, hands together, bend your right knee, Warrior 2, hands at the heart. One more time, inhale, and exhale, hands together. Extend back through the fingers, and turn the right palm to the sky and reverse your warrior. Hold here for a moment, letting your heart open. One more breath. Drop into extended side angle, elbow to the thigh. Take the left hand and reach all the way through. And feel into the left side of the body here. Stay rooted through the left foot. Maybe reach the right hand down a little deeper. Lift the left ribs.
Feel that arch there. 3 more breaths. Last one. And then rise back up into warrior 2. Reverse your warrior one more time. Exhale, take your hands down. Turn the left toes forward. Lift the right arm up and twist. Stack the shoulders here. Left leg is strong. Let the heart open. Make a big circle with the right arm. And then bring your right hand back down and swing the right leg all the way back. Bend your knee and open the hip again. And either hang out here, return to down dog, or come into wild thing. Turning on the left foot. Your right hand leaves the mat as you flip over and push the hips to the sky. So you're on the outer edge of the left foot. Left leg is straight. Right knee is bent. Toes are off the mat. Inhale, open up, one more breath. And then bring yourself back around into plank and flow. Back into downward dog as you exhale. Take a resting breath in between sides. Root down through your heels again. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Pivot on the right foot and rise up into warrior 2 again. Press down through the outer edge of your right foot. Reach through the fingers. Feel the hips opening. And then straighten your left leg out as you reach up. Palms together to touch. Exhale. Bring the hands down to the heart and bend your knee again. Inhale, reach up, straighten the left leg. Exhale, hands to heart center, knee over the ankle. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Extend out through your fingertips and turn the left palm up towards the sky. Inhale and reverse your warrior. Keep your left knee over your ankle here and let yourself open. And then we'll bring the left elbow lightly onto the thigh. Take the right hand and extend out and away, turning your palm down. And then just see where you want to go. You might like to bring your left hand to your block or all the way to the mat. Feel into your hip. Let the heart turn open. Lengthen the tailbone downwards. And then maybe play with lifting the right ribs slightly. Take 3 or 4 more breaths in Parshva Konasana. Keep grounding into the breath. Last one. Make your way back up into Virabhadrasana B, warrior 2. Inhale, exalted warrior. Exhale, take the hands down. Turn the right toes forward and then reach the left hand to the sky. Hug the inner thighs towards one another here. Keep the legs very active. Spread your fingers out. One more breath. And then take your left hand back down. Swing the left leg all the way through. Bend your knee. Open the hip up. And you can hang out there. You're welcome to try wild thing again by turning on the right foot. Right leg straight, left knee is bent. Push the hips up to arch the back. And really open the heart up here. Find the breath. Bring it up towards your chest. Filling yourself. And then slowly and carefully flip back over into plank. Lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or Upward Dog. And exhale, back into Down Dog. Inhale, rise up high onto your toes. Exhale and bend the knees. Look forward and step to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to stand. Reach to the sky, take the hands together, and exhale back to your heart. So pause here and close the eyes and check in. Take the opportunity to notice what has changed within your own body, mind, or spirit. Notice how your practice is affecting you today. All right, let's come into a couple of balancing poses. We're going to come into eagle first. Standing on the right foot, spread your toes out, please. Root down through the corners of your foot and take your left knee up and over. So both knees are bent. You're either going to drive the outer edge of your left foot towards your right leg or try and wrap the toes all the way around. Notice how the hips turn and realign them, pulling the left hip back so your hips are squared. From there, take the arms out. Keep the abs strong and bring your left arm underneath your right. Draw the forearms together. If you can, left fingertips go up into the right hand. And then reach the fingers up and open up behind the heart. Breathe. Sink the hips down a little more. Keep the abs strong. Your gaze is soft. The breath is smooth and it's flowing. 2 more. And now as you release, reach to the sky and kick your left foot forward. Straighten out the left leg. Find your strength here. Squeeze the muscles in the legs. Lift your toes an inch higher. And then release. Hands back to the heart. Inhale. And exhale. Shift your weight onto your left foot. Bend the left knee. Lift your right knee up and over. So just see where you can go here. You might just drive the outer edge of the right foot back towards your left leg. If you can, wrap the toes around, hooking on. Realign the hips, square them off, spread the toes out, and root down evenly through your left foot. So you're not just on your toes, there's weight on the heel as well. Take the right arm underneath, wrap the arms together. If you can, bring the hands together to touch. And then fingers to the sky as you lift your elbows. Notice that increased sensation in the upper back. Take 4 or 5 more breaths. Again, finding your edge, so you might drop the hips down a little bit more to work harder. 2 more. And then unwrap your arms, reach to the sky as you undo the legs, kick. 2 breaths here, stay strong. Last one, lift the toes a little higher and release, hands to the heart. Let's make our way into Dancing Goddess from here. Come back onto the right foot. We're going to draw the left knee up towards the chest. So you can interlace your fingers around your knee to start. Flex the left foot, lifting the toes up. Try not to lean back here. Stand up tall, heart is open. Release the left hand and send those fingers to the sky. Now, if you'd like, you can try to grab the outer edge of your foot here. You're welcome to try and straighten out the left leg as you begin to twist and reach back. The other option is to just keep your left knee bent and gently hold on with the fingertips. Turn the heart, turn your gaze, and pull the left shoulder back. Maybe begin to look back towards your fingers. A couple more breaths. And then as we unwind out of this pose, we'll transition into Warrior 3. Bring your hands to your heart. Kick your left foot back. Flex your foot and take your chest parallel to the floor. Reach the arms out and then pull your shoulder blades together here. 3 more breaths. Last one.
Bend your right knee, and as you rise to stand, reach to the sky. Hands together and back to the heart. As you exhale, take a breath. Come to the second side onto the left foot. Spread the left toes out. Wrap your hands around your right knee and pull it up and in towards the heart. Flex the right foot. Relax the shoulders, heart lifts. And then just decide where you're going here. Hold on with your left hand. Send the right fingers up. If you'd like to try grabbing your foot, reach for the outer edge of the right foot and start to straighten. Keep your core muscles engaged and begin to turn your heart. A few more breaths. Grow tall. Extend through the crown of your head. Ultimately, your gaze can go back towards your fingers. 3 more breaths. Last one. And then start to turn yourself back around. Bring the hands to your heart, and then kick back through the left foot. Right foot, excuse me. Spread the toes out on the mat. Flex your right foot, aiming your heel back, and then reach your arms out. Palms turn down, and then let the chest be more expansive as your shoulder blades draw closer together. 3 more breaths. Grow in all directions. Through the crown of the head, through the fingers. And then bend your left knee. As you rise, reach up. Open your heart here. Exhale, come back into your last forward fold. Bow down, grab the ankles and pull. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step back into plank. Let's take our last vinyasa. Lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take your knees down to the mat, please. And come to rest in child's pose. If you'd like, you can take the knees wide here. Keep the toes together. And drop the heart towards your mat. Bring the forehead down. Take the hands into a prayer position, if that feels good. Bending the elbows and taking the fingertips to the sky. Slow your breathing down here. Check in one more time, noticing how you feel. And find that sense of peace and calm within. Clear the mind out. All right, and let's rise up to sit. Take your feet out in front of you. And then go ahead and bend your knees. So we'll do a little bit of abdominal work, and then we're going to come onto our backs. So taking your hands forward, we're going to lift the heels off the mat and come into boat pose here. Flex your feet. Draw your chest towards your thighs. Try not to fall back onto the tailbone, but keep the weight forward on the sit bones. Bring the hands together, clasp them together. Straighten out one leg and take your opposite elbow to your knee. And then just start to twist there. And just like we did at the beginning, with every twist, a powerful exhale out through the nose. A few more. Finish it up. Bring your feet down. Reach to the sky. And then take the palms together. Hook one thumb over the other. And start to make your way down to your mat. Rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Once you land on your back, draw your knees in towards your heart. And squeeze. Just get grounded here for a moment. Find your breath.
And then bring your arms down to the mat and take the feet down as well. Setting yourself up for bridge. So we want to be able to touch the ankles with the fingertips if possible. Press your low back down into the mat, feet are hip width apart, and then start to press the hips to the sky. Reach your arms all the way back. Let's start with a flowing bridge. Exhale and start to roll back down. Arms down as the spine rolls down. Again, inhale, hips up. Take the arms all the way back. And exhale, slowly return to the mat. One more time. Inhale, rise and lift. Go as high as you can. Keep your hips up. Bring your arms back down. Hands underneath. Interlace the fingers. Walk the shoulders closer together. And then lift the hips higher. Work your glutes here. If you want to work a little harder, you can take your feet closer together and lift one of your legs up, kicking to the sky for 3 breaths. One more. And then bring that foot down and take the second foot up and kick. Flex your foot, reach up through your heel. One more. And release. Take your last couple of breaths in bridge. And if you can, lift 1 inch higher. And then undo the hands. Flatten out the shoulders. And slowly roll yourself back down. Take the knees to the heart. Getting grounded again. Squeeze. And decide if you'd like to stay there or make your way into plow. So if you'd like to come into plow, arms by your sides, swing the legs overhead. And then take the hands to the hips to support yourself in holding here. And this is a wonderful way to release tension from the neck and the shoulders. So you could hang out there, or you can transition into a shoulder stand by taking the feet to the sky. Make sure there isn't a lot of pressure on the back of your neck. There should be a little gap. You can take the hands towards the mid-back, walk the elbows closer together, and perhaps get more of a rise. Keep your gaze upwards at your feet. And if you'd like, you can move in and out of the splits here. You can try and touch one set of toes back behind your head, or move the legs all the way around your room like a windmill. Whatever feels good. Just find some dynamic movement. And then return to plow and bring the arms back down onto the floor, palms down. Start to roll out right into fish pose. As your back comes down, point the toes, land your heels, and then rise into the crown of the head. So we're applying pressure with the elbows and then strengthening the shoulders. Lift the heart like it's on a string. Gaze back behind you or close your eyes. Open up the throat. If you want more of a challenge, lift the heels off the mat. Work the inner thighs here. Last couple of breaths. Exhale, roll back down. Take the knees to the heart. Wrap your arms all the way around your legs and grab the opposite elbows if you can. Notice the breath. Notice the body. And move towards your final spinal twist. Stretch your left leg out. Pull your right knee across with your left hand and reach the right arm out. Close the eyes. You could place your blanket or block underneath your right knee if you want support there. Otherwise, just let it hang. It might even touch down. Keep the right shoulder very close to the mat here. And take 3 more breaths.
Spinal twist. Begin to unravel. Take your left knee up by your right, recentering, and then stretch the right leg out. And pull your left knee across with your right hand. Turn your gaze to the left. Let the chest be more open and expansive. Feel into your back body. And as you stay with deep breaths, bring those breaths to the tighter areas. See where you could use some more opening. Last deep breath. And then exhale and unwind. And as you make your way onto your back, start to set yourself up for Shavasana, final resting pose. Have some space in between your legs and in between your arms and your ribs. Close your eyes. Take your deepest breath in and then the long exhale out. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth with control. Let all the breath leave the body and then seal the lips. And breathe in and out through the nose. And begin to surrender the weight of the body towards the earth. Surrender the contents of the mind. And let go of anything else that you would like to release during your practice today. Let go of stress and anxiety as you find yourself here, present to the sensations in your own body. Notice the rise and fall of the belly, the beating of the heart. Ground into those forces. And invite yourself to stay calm and peaceful right here, letting the effects of the practice take hold. Stay with your breathing. Stay with peace. And allow yourself to stay in Shavasana for as long as you'd like to. Just melting downwards. Allowing yourself to do absolutely nothing. To just be still and tranquil. So again, if you'd like to stay here longer, please do so. If you're feeling ready to move, start to open the hands, flex and point the feet. And take a final stretch, reaching your arms back. You can roll over onto your left or right side. And give yourself a breath or two in the fetal posture. Start to rise up to sit. Finding yourself back where you were at the beginning of your practice. sitting up tall. Find the spine, lift the heart, and relax the shoulders. Move back into the breath, letting the belly soften and expand as you inhale. Finding that 3-part breath as it moves towards the solar plexus and up towards the heart. Big, long inhales and exhales at the same duration. Take the arms up on your next breath. Reach to the sky one more time. Touch the hands together and bring the palms back to the heart. Taking a moment to honor yourself for coming to your mat today and to spend some time practicing self-care that will carry you through the rest of your week. Thanks for showing